Hello viewers, Ohio Airgun Shooter back with another video. But before I get started, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. For those of you who are new to the channel or just happened upon this video, thank you for stopping by and checking it out. And if you can, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. In this video, I'm going to be testing out my Remington model 1875 single action revolver. It is a CO2 powered dual ammo, which it shoots both pellets and BBs, .177 caliber or 4.5 millimeter. I'm going to test out these H&N Excite Smart Shot BBs. In the initial testing, I did test some of these. This video was a few months ago. However, I only had I think like 5 or 6 of these left. However, I didn't get to do some extended testing with it because I did, just do some steel BBs and then these, and I released something else. What were those? Those Dust Devils, or whatever they're called. They didn't perform in this well at all. It was just too much power, and they were breaking apart as you were just shooting them. So. But I want to try more of these. They are 7.4 grain. They are a lead, a copper jacketed, designed for low ricochet. I did weigh some of them. They're heavier. They were coming in at like 7.6 grains, 7.58. So they're more, they lean in more towards 7.6 grains. So they're a bit heavier than the 7.4. But I want to test these. 5 was, just not enough for a good test to see how well they do. And I also didn't do any accuracy testing with them at all. So that's another thing I want to do. Because I like shooting some of the harder objects like steel plates. I have some steel knockdown targets. And so these are designed for those. So they'll be great for doing some plinking on steel plates. But this revolver, again, it does shoot dual ammo. It is single action, has a manual safety, white for shoot or safe, and then red for shoot or fire. I'll leave it off because you can't operate the hammer with it on safe. Again, single action. Has a gate. It does use the cartridges. You need to half cock it before you can rotate the cylinder. And then it does have the ejector to eject the cartridges, or you can load them while they're in there. I do have extras, so it is nice to preload them. That way you can just reload the cartridges. Very nice nickel, or basically a chrome finish, stainless chrome finish. CO2 compartment is underneath the left grip. Just pull it off to expose the cartridge compartment here. Allen key is included in the grip for tightening and piercing the CO2 cartridge. Plastic grips, simulated ivory. Very nice looking revolver. I did do some initial testing with it when I first got it, using some steel BBs, and of course, like I said, I only had 5 of these left. It does have a claimed velocity of 450 feet per second. I do not believe I achieved that. I think I got like 443, might have been the highest. Pretty close, but then that was in a room temperature of only 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a little warmer in here today. It's 71 degrees, 72 degrees, so right around 21 degrees Celsius. Now, with the 5 shots of the H&N Excite that I did shoot, velocities were, the highest I got was 330.1, and then the lowest, that was shot 1. I had shot 2 was 320.7, shot 3 was 313, shot 4 was 314.5, and then shot 5 was 310 5.2. So it dropped quite a bit. That was after I tested out some of the steel BB. So that was what, 6 shots of those and then 5. So this is basically shot 7 through 11. But that's what I want to do today. I want to do some more testing with these because I really like these. Like I said, they're great for shooting at harder targets, and being a heavier pellet, they're more stable traveling through the air. So I'm hoping accuracy will be there as well. So we'll go ahead and get this the Remington 1875 revolver loaded up with some CO2, and I'll preload some cartridges, and we'll get some velocities, and then we'll do some accuracy testing. All right, back with the Remington 1875 single action revolver. I have loaded up 18 cartridges with H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs, 7.4 grain. However, I did weigh these again, and they were coming in more like a 7.6, so they're a bit heavier than a 7.4. Sorry about the glare. I have an Umarex brand CO2 cartridge installed. Current indoor temperature is 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. I've already pierced the CO2 cartridge. It's been warming up for about 10-15 minutes. To allow it just to warm back up the room temperature after the initial piercing. Again, to load this, first has to be the safety switch must be on shoot or fire. Half cock it so you can allow the cylinder to rotate, and then open your gate and just line up so you can install each cartridge. The only bad thing about doing it that way, I mean, that's the fun of it. You know, eventually you'll probably wear or scratch the, the port here. That'd probably be reason why I just kind of load them, while they're in there. But if you got extra cartridges, I mean, that's the fun of it, right? All right, I got 6 loaded up. Again, I'll be shooting 18. Let's see what kind of velocities we get with these today. Again, my highest was what, 330.1 feet per second last time. That was at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. What's that about? 18 degrees Celsius. All right, first shot. .374, so quite a bit of a climb from the 330. .362.9. .377.6. .330.1. That was a bit of a drop. .332.3. The last one. 342.7. I believe that was 6. Let's take a double. That was 6. All right. Let's empty these. Load up 6 more. So I'll load up these 6, give it about another 10-minute warm up, and then we'll just shoot these just to give it a fair chance. It started out pretty good there, quite a bit of a drop. I don't know how efficient this thing is on CO2. Something we can find out today. 18. We'll do these first 18, or yeah, and then maybe we'll load up a few more to see how many shots we can get per CO2 cartridge, and then I can swap out cartridges and we can do some accuracy testing. So stand by. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, back with the Remington 1875 single action revolver, shooting the H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs. Loaded up 6 more, been about a 10-minute warm up. Same CO2 cartridge, so shots 7 through 12. .350.8. 341.2. 338.3. 330.6. Air on that one. 314.6. I believe that's the last shot. Yep. All right. We'll go ahead and load up 6 more. Yeah, these will just drop right out. You don't need to use the ejector. I mean, there's no heat from the gunpowder, so the brass isn't expanding. So they just slide right on out. For the most part. There we go. I think that was it. All right, got all 6 out. All right, let's load up another 6. Really adds to the realism. So there you go. Not quite 45 Colt, but very realistic, you know, as it is. I believe 36 caliber was one of the other choices back then, I believe. But let's just allow another 10-minute warm up, and we'll shoot these next 6. All right, 6 more shots. Same CO2 cartridge, Umarex brand CO2 cartridge. H&N Excite Smart Shot BBs. The 1875 Remington revolver. It's been warming up for about 10-15 minutes, so it should have helped the CO2 warm back up. Shots 13 through 18. 362.5. 339.8. 328.9. 320.8. 318.9. Haven't mentioned this, but this has a fairly nice trigger. 316.0. Might have been the last shot. Yep. So we got at least 18 good shots so far. Let me load up another 6 and see if we can get 24. All right, 6 more loaded up of the H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs. 7.4 grains on the lid, however weighed at 7.6 grains. Same CO2 cartridge, Umarex brand, 12 gram. Shots 19 through 24. Been about a 10-15 minute warm up again, so let's see how it does. .333.6. 39.3. 21.7. 28.1. 20.0 or Z. 12.6. Not even the last one. I don't know. Should we load up 6 more? See what we can get? Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I got 6 more loaded up. We'll just go ahead and keep shooting this time. That way we won't allow warm up, just to see how well it does. All right, I got 6 of them already preloaded. So we'll just go ahead and reload these real quick. And then let's give us what 32 shots. Or my math is off. What, 24 plus 6, so that'd be 30. I was thinking 8 for some reason. All right, let's go ahead and just finish off the CO2 cartridge if you can. I want to get a few trigger weights after this, so we'll just do that with the remaining CO2. Not that it matters, but you know, at least we can get the, you know, see what the trigger pull is at. All right, just go ahead and keep shooting. 326.6. So actually went back up a little bit. Just that little pause, just to reload. 320.4. I mean, warmer temperatures, I mean, sure these velocities will be a little bit higher. 344.9. So that was quite a bit of a jump. 347.4. Interesting that it's going back up now. 304.7. So kind of, you know, it lowered and then bit of a jump, and now it's probably nearing the end of the CO2, I would assume. All right, one more. Are we empty? 311.6. So back up a tad. That was it. All right. So pretty good numbers. I mean, 30 shots off the same CO2 cartridge. Could probably get some more, but I want to get some trigger weights here real quick using my Wheeler Pro trigger gauge. Adds a nice little extra aspect to videos, and just kind of allows you to, you know, to know what kind of trigger pull you got. Very simple to use. Just twist this down. It does come with different tips. There's one for just your regular bladed triggers, and then there's another one for your triggers that have like the trigger safety, like your Glocks. So all right, we are empty. There's no BBs. Half cock it real quick, because I will be shooting. I'll just shoot them with these in. All right, single action, first shot. This will be in pounds and ounces. Try to hold it as steady as I can. 3 pounds, 8.1 ounces. 3 pounds, 8 point. I didn't reset it, so let me try that again. All right, well, we got a 3 point, so let's try another one. Enter. Got to hit enter and save the first one, so that way it resets. All right, my thumb's catching the grip here, or it's just the grip so thick it's catching the scale here, and I don't want to add any extra drag to it. 3 pounds, 0.2 ounces. All right. 2 pounds, 7.8. I'll do one more. All right. Last one. 2 pounds, 6.1 ounces. So pretty good trigger. Again, it's single action only, so shouldn't be very heavy. But there's no really any creep in it at all. It's just ready to shoot. Do one more. No creep. So very predictable trigger. So that should definitely help with accuracy. So I'll go ahead and install a new CO2 cartridge, load up some more BBs, and we'll move on to the accuracy testing. All right, just out of curiosity, there's so much CO2 is left. Just do this. It's starting to sizzle, hiss just a little bit. You don't want to do this really fast. That's it. So not a whole lot, maybe 6 more rounds. There's the hole. So pretty decent sized hole. All right, we'll let this warm up a bit, and then I'll load up another CO2 cartridge, and we'll move on to the accuracy testing, as I mentioned just before. All right, next up with the Remington 1875 single action dual ammo revolver, using the H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs. Some accuracy testing. Have a paper target set up at about 6.5 yards. It'll be closer to 6 with, you know, my arms kind of extended shooting, plus the length of the barrel. I believe this is what, about an 8-inch barrel, 7.5, 8-inch barrel. Again, I'll be shooting at a paper target. I did load up a fresh CO2 cartridge. It has been pierced and is warming up to room temperature. Again, 71 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius. I mean, that does matter for velocity, but not so much for accuracy. I move my camera in closer to the target here. I have to raise it up some. Get my little stand here. Stand by. All right. That should do. I am going to start with the left target. My aim will be just below the black dot. The sights on these, it just has a little one blade on the front and just kind of a V notch type of cut in the back. You just kind of line up through here, and I'll just be resting the black dot on top of that front blade right there. So 6 shots on the left target and then 6 shots on the right. If it seems to be grouping pretty good, maybe we'll step outside and shoot some steel plates. So all right, start with the shooting. All right, 6 shots. See where we hit. Pretty much everything dead center except for the first one. Not sure which one landed first, but that's pretty good. Let's try 6 more on the right. I'm gonna pause this while I reload real quick. All right, I'm back. 6 more loaded up. Right target. Same aim point. Six shots. I'm empty. Go ahead and put the safety on. A little bit more spread out. So that could have been me, but everything within the circle. 3 3/4 inch circle, or 9.9.5 centimeters. But First group was better. I thought I might embarrass myself on the second group, but it's good enough for plinking. So yeah, let me take this outside and we'll go out and shoot some steel plates, see what kind of impact, and see how far if they ricochet at all. They're not supposed to, and then we'll maybe shoot a couple other different targets. So stand by. All right, I stepped outside with the 1875 Remington single action revolver. I got the H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs. They're copper jacketed. Comes with my cat. Let's see what's going on. I got some steel plates. I got some other targets too, but I'm primarily going to shoot at the steel plates right now. I might try the squirrel and maybe a few of those other ones. I'll just have to get the steel plates out of the way and those plastic bins. I got those set up because I'm trying to catch the BBs. It's the same CO2 cartridge, so I only shot the two 6 round, the 12 rounds doing the accuracy testing. So I don't know if I mentioned, but it's 74 degrees Fahrenheit outside, 23 degrees Celsius. So just gonna shoot. Let's see. I'll do 3 at the closest steel plate, and then 3 at the furthest, and then I'll reload, and then I'll try the squirrel, and then we'll try some of the other targets as well. I reloaded 6 extra, so I have what, 24 total. So let's see how well we do. My distance outside here is about 7 or 8 yards where I'm set up. I got more room towards the back, but I got all of our summer stuff out, pools, everything's kind of out in the way. Plus I got all my critters back there eating, so this is about the best place I have. Plus I got a wood pile back, some lumber back there, and some other stuff for a backstop. So and plus I'm shooting kind of towards an angle, so this is a pretty good spot. Now I don't know if this will have enough energy to knock down the yellow circle and the squirrel, and then it does have the reset at the bottom, and then those other ones, I doubt this 3 joules at the most is enough to spin any of those targets, but we're just going to hit the steel plates first. Also, I haven't shot this outside yet, so I'm about to find out how backyard friendly it is. All right, let's try the first 6 rounds. 3 at the close steel plate, and then 3 at the farthest steel plate. The closest steel plate's probably more like 6 yards. So, all right. That one bounced. Those are actually ricocheting. They're not supposed to do that. All right, try the furthest one. Alright, some of those came back a little further than I expected. Maybe we'll see if I caught any of those. Alright, the 3 on the shortest one, they ricocheted pretty good. I did have it slope down because it was closer, so I was hoping to avoid that. But I did catch these 3 on the back one. So 5-6 yards might be a little too close for these. But I did the furthest one, which is more like furthest about 8 yards. Pretty good. Flatten them. I mean, they're half spheres, but they did their job at the furthest one. So let me get these bins out of the way. We could try the squirrel. So let me get these moved, and we'll reset. Stay tuned. Alright, got the steel plates and the bins moved out of the way. I'm going to reload 6 more of these. Some half cock. Emptied. Eject these. Gizmo, you got the move, buddy. It's a pretty old cat. He's right around 20 years old. I think I mentioned that before in a video. But, he's going to want to rest right there. So Stay tuned. I won't be able to do this while he's in the way. So just hang tight. I'll be back. I guess while he's sitting there, this wasn't very loud at all. Man, actually the impact on the plates was definitely louder than the gun shooting itself, the air gun. So I'll have to say it's definitely backyard friendly, especially with the longer barrel. So not bad at all. But yeah, let me wait till he gets out of the way, and we'll continue the shooting. This guy doesn't seem to be wanting to go anywhere. So we're still on a cat delay. Alright, my cat finally moved out of the way. So I'm back with the Remington 1875 single action revolver and the H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs. A little ricochet. The furthest steel plate, I shot the 3 at that, and they fell right into the bin. But the closest one, I did have it angled down a bit, so I don't know if they ricocheted off of that, or when they fell into the bin, maybe they bounced out. I'll have to go back and look. But I'm gonna try that squirrel. Hopefully this might have enough energy to knock down that the yellow little plate there, and then maybe, I don't know if I'll have enough to reset it, and then I'll try some of those other targets that I got down there. They're like spinners. They're supposed to flip up and catch on that bar, and then you're supposed to reset it with the top one. So we'll see how well these do, if I can even hit them. I am on shoot. I have 6 already loaded up, so I got a total of like 24 shots, so we'll see if we can hit any of these. Alright, there we go. Let's give it a try. I moved up a little bit. I'm at 6 yards, so I just want to make it a little bit more easier to try to hit that. So we'll see. Hey, it knocked it down. First shot. Not bad. Let's see if I can reset that. Almost. Not quite. Nope, not enough to reset it. Let's try one more. Nope. Alright, let me try some of those little targets. I think I have a couple. Well, let me empty this out first. I'm at least hitting it. So at least it's hitting it. Alright, let me reload. Half cock. Getting these fall right out. You don't need the ejector unless you want to just have a little fun. Go up 6 more real quick. So actually it's accurate enough to hit that. I mean, I got that squirrel on the very first shot, so not bad. Enough energy to knock over that squirrel, but not enough to reset it, at least. All right, let me try the spinner. So I'll start with the one on the left, the far left. You can hit them, but it won't flip them up. Next one over. Is that it? That was 6. Hey, it's at least hitting them. Let me do something real quick. Alright, I just went down and flipped them all up. Let's see if it's enough to at least reset it. Because I guess you can start with dropping them, and then you can start shooting them across. So let's see. I load up another 6. So let's see how we do here. Alright. I missed. I missed again. That one was to the right. Can't even hit him that time. Maybe. I'm out. Let me try loading 6 more real quick. All right, I reloaded another 6. Might be running out of CO2. That might be why my accuracy is going off. Because one went to the right, and then the other went to the left, and another went to the right. So let's see if I can hit it this time. I was doing good there for a while. I think I hitting it. It's just not hitting it hard enough. Yeah, just it's getting weak. That one went to the right. And that's it. I think I'm out of CO2. That one sounded really weak. Let's see if we can release the rest of the gas out. I think it's pretty low. I hit it, just wasn't enough energy to knock it down, so it's probably getting really weak. You pan this out some. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, maybe another 6 rounds, but it was pretty low. Again, there's the hole. But you know what? I did pretty good there for a while. Just just didn't end well. So, but hey, that was pretty fun. Let's go back inside to the review table and just kind of go over the results. So there was some velocity testing, as well as some accuracy and some target shooting with the Remington 1875 CO2 powered revolver, dual ammo, so it shoots both pellets and BBs. In this video, we tried some more of the H&N Excite Smart Shot lead BBs with a copper jacket that weigh in at as described by the lid, 7.4 grains. However, I did weigh several of them, and they were more up in like 7.6 grains, so a little over 7.5. Velocities were really good today at 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. The highest we got was 377.6 feet per second. That was a huge improvement over the first time I even tested it, which my highest was 330. That was at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or what, 18, 19 degrees Celsius. I mean, that came in at the 377.6 came in at 2.41 foot-pounds, or 3.27 joules. So yeah, up into the 3 joules. The lowest I got today was what, the 314, which, 1.67 foot-pounds, or 2.26. So decent enough energy. The accuracy with these was pretty good. Did really well my first group. However, my second group opened up. This was just, I was shooting a break barrel. I was just kind of testing out some ammo. I wanted to see. I'm probably going to have it in my next video, so just stay tuned for that. But I was just doing some testing and trying to, just get rid of some of the dieseling. But yeah, my other one opened up. I did notice myself when I was aiming that I wasn't aiming it just right. I think I lost sight of the small, it's got a low blade on the front, so I believe, with the chrome, I just kind of lost sight, and I might have not have been aiming just right. But a lot of times your first group is your best group. So that was the first shot. I went back and looked at the video. This was the first shot, and then this was the other 5 shots. So I mean, everything within that circle. So as you can see, plenty enough for plinking. I shot that squirrel on the first shot, knocked it over. Not enough energy to reset it. Where I was hitting the crazy 8s, the hanging ones. I flipped those up, the rest on the bar, but wasn't enough energy to knock it, to drop them. Maybe with a fresh CO2 and a warmer day, possibly. But I think it did well. It's a very fun revolver. It's very realistic with the cartridges. Has a very nice finish. Definitely shows the fingerprints. The ivory styling or bone, whatever styling grips. I would like to get some wood grips. These some naturally simulated wood grips, or some real wood grips would look nice on this. But I guess with the chrome or stainless and the white ivory or bone, it probably matches it a lot better. Found some steel there. Is that the trigger or is there a screw there? I think there's a pin. I don't know, but it's it's sticking. So I found some steel. So I'm satisfied with it. I like it. It's fun. It shot the H&N Excite Smart Shot BBs really well today. Not much more I can say about it. It's a fun gun. If you're looking for a realistic revolver and you kind of like the Remington style, which I kind of do. I do have several black powder 1858 replicas, and I really like them. And this simulates that quite pretty closely, except for it does have cartridges. It does have a round barrel instead of the octagon barrel, but overall length, size, and weight, it's very similar. I don't know what else to say, but hey, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.